It's just one of those days. Oh yeah, it's one of those days. Greetings from the Beehive State, home of separate but equal. Now, before we jump into today's subject, a little bit of housekeeping. Classic Missouri Meerschaum, Country Gentleman Cobb, with some Seattle Pipe Club, Puget Sound. I hope everyone out there is doing good at the start of spring. Flowers are out, grass is dark green, and the heat is coming on. This past weekend was Mother's Day. And like all good dads, you take your missus, hey Barney, out to eat. We went to this fantastic restaurant called The Fountain. Right outside, it said, "No pets allowed." He's acting like a pet right now. But he was fully vested, marked service dog. Now, I've been going to this place for at least 6 years. Quality food, decent service. I even know all the secret menu items. The Coronitas, 8-ounce bottles of Corona for $1.50. Used to be $1, but $1.50, cheapest beer in Utah. You didn't hear it from me. Now, I'm fully aware of the service dog rules. Basically, they act as a medical device. If a restaurant would be willing to take in somebody bringing in their oxygen tank, well, they should be bringing in a service dog. He's there for me. But when I went inside, the host said, "Oh, no dog." Given it was a little bit of broken English, but I was like, "Service dog." He nods once and says, "You have to sit on this side." Now, the main restaurant is to the left. To the right is usually where they have the banquet hall or excess seating. 6 years going to this restaurant, and not once have I ever had to sit on that side. Something was up. Now, I asked the host, "Why am I sitting over here?" He says, "Your dog. I don't want your dog bothering all the other customers." Is that legal? Well, I let it slide. It's Mother's Day. Don't cause a scene. So we sit down, we have our meal. Very good. Service, average, not bad. But I was concerned. I was like, this isn't right. I mean, I'm thankful to be over here in the peace and quiet. Nobody's staring at the dog. "Oh my God, it's a service dog." Peace and quiet. I'm thankful for that. But I had to ask the server. I was like, "Hey, something doesn't sit right with me. Why were we seated over here alone?" And the server says, "What, you didn't request to sit over here?" I was like, "No." She goes, "Well, let me get back to you with that." I was like, "All right, let's just find out." And I made it clear to her. Food was great. Service was great. No complaints about anybody at the restaurant. I just want to know why. Is there a policy for segregating us? Well, she came back with the check, but she didn't come back with an answer. So I took that as, I don't know. So I'm asking you, is it legal to segregate service dogs from the rest of the group within a restaurant? Well, let me tell you what I found. Ask that question to Google. And there you go. Right at the top, there's a search, the FAQ, frequently asked questions from the ADA.gov website. And it clearly states, no, restaurants cannot segregate service dogs. Now, there's plenty of rules about dogs being a nuisance, out of control. Barney's none of that. He goes right on the table or to the side, quiet as a mouse. But lo and behold, at the top, it says this page is out of date. Click here for the updated FAQ. All right, click. Sure enough, that question's gone. Removed from the previous page. Now, I'm not one to go in there, cause a scene. I'm not asking to give me some lawyers, I want to sue. But it didn't feel right. In fact, it was kind of reminiscent of back in the 1940s and 50s with the old Jim Crow laws. You know, whites only, blacks only. It was a taste of that experience. Being separated, separate, but equal. Now, that piece of American history is different. What I experienced was nothing like that. But I couldn't help but think that I was a second-class citizen for that meal. My kids didn't notice it, but I did. Why was I separated? Now, am I going to go back to that restaurant? I don't know. I definitely don't want to cause trouble. But I don't know. I'm asking you, what would you have done? And again, is it legal to remove me, who's not violating any rules, just wanting a bite to eat, being sent to the corner? Interested to hear what you have to say. Or maybe you can find something online on the ADA or Justice Department or something like that, just so I know. So while I ponder this over this delicious Puget Sound, I want to wish all of you good night. May God bless. As always, happy piping.